Hi everyone, we're Forever Beasties, Karin and Janeen. I am Janeen at Janeen on Twitter or JCole on Facebook.
And I'm Karin Whitnish, otherwise known as BATB Passion. Now every week we've been bringing you our video reviews of Season 2 of Beauty and the Beast. And today is our final one for just a little while, which we're really sad about. That's why we decided to get out the champagne and have a toast.
Cheers.
Cheers. We did enjoy episode 8 and we won't be back until the week beginning January 13 next year, because that's when episode 9 is going to air in the United States. So let's get into it. Janeen, episode 8 was titled Man or Beast, and it was predominantly about Vincent making a decision or a choice between one or the other. What did you think of the episode?
I think the best scene of the whole show
Should I be worried?
was the Happy Trail shot.
The Happy Trail
The Happy
shot.
Trail, we love... No, okay. Happy Trails, Happy Trails. We like Happy Trails. Okay, going back to... What did you ask me?
What did you think of the episode? And no more Happy Trails.
No, I'm sorry. I'm still a little bit torn over this episode, I have to say. I really... I don't know. I was numb for probably about the first hour of watching it, and I'm going to say I absolutely loved it. I really, really, really loved everyone's acting. They were phenomenal.
Oh, that was unbelievably good.
And I think that's probably part of the reason why I'm so numb about it, because I'm thinking everyone was just so brilliant in it that I had trouble looking at the storyline.
Actually, I think I see your point.
Yeah.
I think the same happened to me. I kept looking at expressions on faces and some of the nuances in some of the scenes. Some of it was just so beautifully done.
The heartbreak on both Vincent and Catherine's faces at different times throughout it. And I really do think I was so captivated by their acting that the storyline was like, oh, hang on, what happened?
Yeah,
and
it was a bit like that. We'd play catch-up. Had to play catch-up.
So then I had to go back and watch it again and again and again, and, and I still don't quite know how I feel about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And how did the episode open? Oh, yeah, the episode opened with where it finished off last week.
That's right.
So Gabe and Kat have just realised that her bio dad is Vincent's mystery handler.
Yes.
The one that's been sending her on, or sending him on all of these. Hey?
You said sending him. Sorry, keep going.
Sending her, I said. Then I had to change it to sending him.
So
Is that
like
right?
you said sending, and I...
All right, I missed it.
Sorry.
Stop that.
Sorry.
But we find out that Bob Reynolds is the one that, obviously they find out because we knew, that was sending Vincent on all of these missions. And I guess, look, I expected her to be angrier with him. I expected more indignation. I mean, for 18 months that she's known Vincent in this particular incarnation, they railed against all of his enemies.
Yeah.
People died left, right and centre. Newfield was the big bad. Then we find out... Okay, now leave my hair alone. Thank you.
In my eye.
Thank you.
Something's flickering across my eye, sorry.
And then we find out that it's all Bobby Dearest.
Yeah.
And I expected more. I expected more anger, more indignation. And I didn't get that.
I think they were... I don't know how to say this, because I don't mean it in a bad way, but I think they were so busy rushing to the end of the episode at the beginning that it felt like it was just all a little bit too rushed to get to the end. And I know... How do I explain this? I don't know, really? My English language fails me at this time. No, I think... The finding out that it was Catherine's bio dad, to the setting him up, to getting him to confess, to getting... I think it was just all too quick.
Yeah, actually you have a point.
Because they didn't...
They only found out at the beginning of the episode, and at the end of the episode...
Bio daddy's in jail.
Yeah, and for the fact that she's only known of her bio daddy for a couple of weeks, because they mentioned that Zach had been killed a couple of weeks earlier, and it was that night that she found out that Bob Reynolds was her bio daddy.
Yeah.
So she's known him to be her bio daddy for 2 weeks, and she finds out that he's evil, that he's the head honcho almost of everything behind Vincent's nightmare.
Yeah.
And I expected her to be more on Vincent's side.
Yeah.
I did.
I would have been.
I did. Personally, I would have said to Vincent, darling, if you want to rip Daddy's heart out...
Go for it.
Go for it. Be my guest.
Yeah.
The more blood, the better.
I'll hold him for you.
Yeah.
I'll hold him down, you can rip his heart out. Yay!
We're bloodthirsty wenches, we know this.
Yeah.
And we're happy to admit it.
So I think it was too quick. You know, I think, look, I'm not saying that I wanted the arc to go any longer than what it did than the 8 episodes,
true.
That's where I was thinking originally with Reunion. They could have gone without Reunion, although they did use Zach's body, but they could have put him in somewhere else. They could have gone without Reunion, and the last one episode could have almost been broken into two, where they interrogated Bio Daddy a little bit more to find out what exactly it was that happened to Vincent, so they could have more understanding. Because now that he's in jail, okay, he's going to confess to everything except the beast. So what happened to Vincent? What did they do? It's all left unopened. Now, I don't know if they're going to leave it unopened for future storylines, or if... To me, it was just all a little bit too rushed, and I understand that this season's been really high impact, fast pace, and all that sort of thing. But I think in doing that, the last episode sort of left me a little bit, what?
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And I think one of the problems we've had this season, acting aside, because the acting is uniformly brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely.
By all concerned. I mean, there have been some standouts this season. And we seem to be talking about the season. I think we should talk more about the episode first.
Okay, let's
I think that's a good idea. Look, as I said, it was really well played. I guess I had problems with Kat keeping on about Vincent's humanity. There was a lot of stuff on social media again today, and everybody seems to be blaming Vincent. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that at all, and not being very positive about the Tori storyline, and yet I get that. I think that's important for his development as a beast and the decisions he's ultimately going to have to make. I didn't see her as annoying or brattish or bitchy or anything.
No.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, she's been a beast for what, a few days?
And they've tried to kill her twice.
They've tried to kill her twice, exactly. She's a newcomer to this entire nightmare.
Yeah.
And
she's discovering powers that she didn't know she even had. She discovered she can do things that are unknown to the human race, supposedly. And you know, why wouldn't you want to go out and kill the man that has done this to you? And the mentor, the one person you've got to show you how to live and survive in the world, you find out has been treated like this for the last 10 years. I mean, why wouldn't you be angry with that? I would be.
Yeah, I thought she acted perfectly in sync with her character finding out what she's finding out. And she doesn't know Catherine from a bar of soap. No. So for her, Catherine is protecting her bio daddy.
Absolutely, yeah.
I get that too. Yeah. So I totally got her motivation in this episode. Yeah. I get why she's leaning on Vincent, because she really has nobody else. So all of her motivation during this episode I totally got.
Absolutely,
Didn't have a problem with her
kudos
at all.
To Tori.
Yeah, kudos.
Yeah,
well done, Amber.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, totally got it.
I think we're a couple of the few who are actually liking Tori.
Yeah.
Although, perhaps not liking Tori, but seeing the necessity for her character in the story arc.
Yes.
Because it's bringing out stuff in Vincent that needs to be brought out.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the whole arc yet.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about this episode.
Yeah. Well, okay. You're right.
Didn't you love the way...
The Happy Trails?
You and the Happy Trails. Stop it.
Okay,
stop it.
Moving on.
Remember?
Never move on from those Happy Trails.
Yeah, I know, yes, all right. That was a nice scene right near the end, but we'll get to that a little bit later. I did love the way he saved her from the bomb blast. I love the close-ups of their faces. I love the eyes.
Who doesn't love a close-up of Jay Ryan's face?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Vincent's
love the
face,
close-up of the eyes and the way he guided her through that. I thought that was great. He was like Yoda on Star Wars.
Having not seen Star Wars, I can't comment.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, Yoda was the... Jay, you
I know
look nothing like Yoda, but it's the motivation and the way you mentored her during that scene. I did like it. I thought that was really, really cool. Actually, all the scenes in isolation were brilliant. Some of my favourites are still Tess and JT.
Yeah. I think we had a little bit of old Tess back today with the whole little Miss Glowy Eye.
Yeah, I
love that line.
And I like the conversation with Vincent about how he
how did you kill him?
Zach's
Can you
neck.
tell us how you killed him? Maybe we could go with that. Actually, I twisted his neck. Right around. Okay. Well,
lovely.
Thank you. We know what to look for. We're not saying verbatim, but yeah.
That was really, really cool. In the morgue, Tess and JT. 11 text
love
messages.
JT.
Do you think JT wants to sort of take their relationship to the next level?
I'm sorry, but JT, I wouldn't wait 11 texts. I would have responded after the first and gone, yeah, right.
Responded how?
I don't know what the text was, but I would have gone back and said, well, because he...
She should have responded? Or
Yeah, she should have responded.
she should have responded. Okay,
Yeah.
that's better.
Because, what did I say?
Or something about him responding.
No.
That's why I got confused.
She should, Seriously, I've only had the 2 sips you've watched.
Yeah, I know. True,
Okay.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would have responded before the 11th text, JT, if I was Tess. That's what I'm saying.
All right. I get that now, I think. I think we're rambling.
I didn't stuff it. I didn't stuff that up.
Very possibly.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit tired too.
I think so.
I've done some solo shifts as a poker dealer now,
Yay.
and it is good fun,
Okay.
but it's tiring. Anyway,
So,
back to the episode.
Back to the episode. So, yeah, I think that was an awesome scene in the morgue. I love JT's just, or
Yeah.
Austin as JT, his reactions to each cadaver that was shown. Just priceless. Very
Yes, yes. No, that was good.
No, that's not him.
That's not him.
What professor?
Professor Forbes.
What Professor Force is saying here. Yeah, very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
no, I did enjoy that too.
Okay, I'm going to move ahead because we're
Yep.
going to. There's a lot that we want to get through. Catherine shooting Vincent.
Okay, this is probably going to be the biggest contentious issue possibly of the episode.
I'm going to say I didn't like it for so many reasons that it doesn't really matter. But the acting of both of them in that scene, and even to Ted for staying silent and not taking the screen away from those two. Kudos to you as well for that as well. But the look of devastation in both of their faces, to me, it just ripped my heart out, stomped it on the floor, and watched all the blood spurt.
Oh, that was particularly graphic.
It was very heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it was. I do agree.
And I just... Yeah, I'm numb. Don't know.
Did you... I still have problems with the whole thing that she shot him. To protect a dad who was evil, who she wanted to put in jail.
Yeah.
She could have... I mean, look, okay, it's not likely because he's a beast, but it could have killed him. Could have. Just to choose putting
Isn't she a better shot than that, though?
She was highly emotional at the time.
Not true.
I just thought the risk of doing that...
Shoot him in the arm, maybe.
Yeah, for what he's meant to her over 18 months, and for the roller coaster that she's been on, and to even the slightest risk of killing him over an evil man who she wants to put in jail.
What I would have liked to have seen in that episode was that maybe when Catherine talked Vincent down from killing Bio Daddy, Bio Daddy making a move, then Catherine then shooting the gun, us, the audience, not knowing who got shot, and that was the end of the episode.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been
a cliffhanger,
an awesome cliffhanger. And then, at the beginning of episode 9, you see that Catherine has shot and killed Daddy, because at the end she had to choose between Vincent and Daddy, and she chose Vincent. Now that would have been great.
Yeah, I would have liked that too.
But
I guess it would have changed the story arc from episode 9 onwards. Because
That's
I think
we haven't seen them yet, we wouldn't know.
Yeah, you have a point there. And I guess what I did read on a tweet somewhere today was that they've both hit rock bottom now.
Yeah.
And the only place to go from rock bottom
is up.
But
I'm sorry, Beasties, I do think we're going to have to wait a while before we see Vincent and Catherine together again.
And I have a theory about that.
Tell me your theory.
It'll be episode 15.
Yeah. 14.
Well, 14 was the kiss.
Yeah.
They have kissed.
Yes.
But and actually, they have done the wild thing.
Yeah.
Not that we really saw it.
A couple of times, we think.
Yeah.
But they kissed, but, to the Vincat lovers, it wasn't a Vincat kiss. I don't think they've actually kissed as Vincat this season. And like I said in the beginning, a couple of weeks ago, for me, it's a forced thing. It's not all about Vincat yet.
Yep.
Because neither of them are the same people. And I'm thinking that the next beautiful kiss that we do get is going to be the realisation of them both that this is it.
Yeah. Look, okay, universe, we give up now.
Yeah, we give up.
The gods have decided that we're
Yeah.
meant to be together.
They
We give
know.
up. We're going to go with it.
Yeah.
Get your ass over here, Vincent, and let's get it on.
Or off.
Yeah.
Did I just go there?
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
did.
God.
But then I
Surprise,
expect that of
surprise.
you, so
Of
that's
course,
all right.
'cause we
And
love
I think the Beasties do too, so
Happy
that's
trails.
fine. Stop your happy trails, woman.
Okay. Jay Ryan, your ability to emote astounds me. Catherine, Kristen Creek, your ability to emote floors me. And I don't normally cry until I see Kristen Creek as Catherine crying.
Yeah, I must admit that.
And I get choked up and I can't breathe and I'm just like, oh, just brilliant. But the look of devastation on both your faces in the last scenes. Do you know what I do have an issue with? And now I know this is going to be really stupid, but when Catherine hugged Gabe...
Yes.
Sorry, no. When Catherine went to Gabe for comfort...
Yes.
Okay, rephrasing.
Yes.
The way she holds people, she holds everyone the same.
Yeah, I noticed
I want
that.
her to hold Vincent differently.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right.
Just saying.
Yep.
Because she held Daddy like that, she held Gabe like that, she needs to hold Vincent differently.
Well, I think we all know how you'd like to hold Vincent.
I'm not even touching him, although I would like to.
Yeah, okay.
Touch it.
Yeah. We went there again.
No, the story. Where you going? My mind doesn't live in the gutter all the time.
Yeah, I know. Only some of the time. Actually, I really liked the way Sendel did that scene too. It was almost like he was startled that she walked straight into his arms for comfort, and the way he hesitated with his hand and then realised, okay, I can do this. It's all right, I can do this. I'm not encroaching. She's asking for this sort of thing. I really like the way he played this whole episode.
Begrudgingly, I have to agree.
Thank you.
I'm not a gay
Thank
fan.
you.
I don't see the point of him in this story at all.
Well, I
Because
think
it's Beauty and the Beast, not gay Beauty and the Beast.
Well, I think he's going to be needed for the next few
But
episodes to help.
I have
guide
to
her.
say, look, I don't like Gabe's. I don't like the character of Gabe, but I do love Sendel playing him.
Yeah, he does a fine job.
Yeah.
And he looked pretty damn fine this episode too. They do attire him rather well.
Catherine, kudos to Catherine Ashton.
Yes.
Wardrobe.
Oh, absolutely.
You certainly know how to dress the boys, although...
Yeah, don't.
Please.
No.
Can you have more than one outfit for the whole season? And
I
a
thought
couple
you were
of
going
suits.
to say something else altogether in relation to Vincent.
Have a chance. What? Black boxes?
In relation, yes.
Oh, yeah, got to see those.
Yes. Yeah.
And we see hints of them, but I want to see that. From the behind. I'm happy with the back view.
Yeah, okay.
Back view's fine. I don't need the front view. Side view's good. Back view's fine. Back view would be good.
It would.
Cute little tight buns.
Okay.
Broad back.
Yeah, all right.
Nice shoulders.
Yeah, I like the shoulders.
Yeah.
Shoulders are good.
Come on, I sound like a desperate woman here.
I know.
I'm not. I love you, Stevie.
But look, you're only echoing what beasties around the world are saying on social media all the time.
Yeah.
Mind you, I noticed a lot for this episode are still blaming Vincent for a lot of the
I
problems.
don't get that, guys.
No.
Yeah, just no. Why? What has he done apart from the fact that, and I think I even put this on Facebook today, the guy's been abused, he's been brainwashed, he's been nearly killed, blown up, shot.
Yeah.
You know, he's betrayed, lied to, cheated. You know, really, he's the ultimate victim. And I don't understand how. And I said this to you earlier, that a character that is Vincent, and he's such a strong, morally centered person, how he remains so after being so mistreated by those that are in his life, apart from JT.
Yeah, again, Austin, kudos.
Yeah, because even Catherine's mistreated him.
Well, and I think there's my problem.
Yeah.
At the very heart of this whole thing is that in season 1, Catherine was complicit in so many deaths around Vincent.
And she used his abilities to her own advantage.
Yes.
How many times?
Yes.
And then all of a sudden she's on the moral high ground about killing her dad.
And I mean,
after knowing him for 3 weeks. I don't get it.
She didn't really have that problem with Zhao. She didn't really have that problem with any of the other agents that came looking for them. She really was complicit in so much mayhem where Vincent was concerned to protect him, that to suddenly, again, it comes back to her shooting him, choosing her dad. Not on an emotional level, I get that. She thinks she's doing the right thing, which is usually Vincent's thing.
Kat, your morals suck.
Yeah.
You know.
Again, yeah, just let him rip Daddy's heart out, because
out.
we know he's going to be the bane of your existence otherwise. I still think that we haven't seen the last of Bob Reynolds.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered as far as Muirfield and what happened with Vincent's concerned, and maybe that's where they're going in with the storyline and for season 2 into the greater mythology of why Catherine and Vincent are destined, and maybe, you know, bio daddy's needed for that arc. I don't know, but you know, I would have just shot him.
No.
Ripped his heart out.
Yes, everywhere. Yeah, I would have done that. Yeah, I would have.
Would have been a very maybe he still does get to do that.
That would be nice.
I would cheer.
It just seems like poetic justice.
Yeah.
The scene in Bob Reynolds' office with Kat and Gabe pretending because they wanted him to fall for the whole blackmail scam. I thought that was really well done.
Was.
I'd read somewhere on Twitter how good is Kristen Kruk, because she's Kristen Kruk acting as pretending to cry as Catherine, who is pretending to cry. So it's, you know, a character within a character within a character pretending to cry all the way through. And she did that so well, because Catherine was pretending to cry, so she was being an actress.
Yes.
And then Catherine is an actress. Kristen. No, see,
Kristen as an actress was pretending to cry. Yes. And then Catherine as a character in the show was pretending to cry.
Yes, thank you.
So Kristen Krug had to cry to us.
Yes. Layer within layer. That is hard. That was
Pretty
really well done. And I think too, what always gets me in, because I've been singing that damn song all day. The one by Civil War's Poison and Wine. That was such... I'm not going to sing it. It's okay, I'm not going to sing it. But that song overlaying those final scenes was beautiful. And I think that's where the emotions got me. When she did break down in Gabe's arms and that song is playing, and then you flash forward to Vincent and the look of devastation on his face. And I'm hoping, and I think I spied some anger towards Tori.
Yeah, I think so too. When he looked up he looked up when she walked in the door, and to me, the look when he looked back down again was not only one of defeatism, that, oh God, but it was also, get out of here.
Yeah. Anger towards Tori, and I suspect a little part of him was bitterly disappointed that it wasn't Catherine.
Yeah.
Coming back to go, oh my God.
Are you okay?
Are you okay? I didn't want to do that, but felt I had to, Vincent.
I would have, Vincent. I would have come.
Yeah, I would have too. So I thought that devastation, he played that so well.
Happy trails.
I haven't been able to get the song out of my head. I cannot get Happy Trails out of this girl's head. And
if anyone doesn't understand...
Yeah, I was about to say, is that an Australian expression?
I don't know, it might be, but I'm not going to put it out there publicly. If anyone wants to know what Happy Trails is, just send me a message.
Well, think of it this way.
No,
I'm not going to give specifics. I'm just going to say that the Happy Trails can be seen in the scene where Vincent is tending to his wounds. Okay? That's all I'm going to say.
Happy Trails.
So, is there anything else about the episode we need to discuss?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I did like the ending.
It's been a long time. We've been here for a while.
We have.
Yeah.
I know. But we've had quite a few Beasties say, hey, listen, don't skimp on the time. So blame Beasties.
I could say something there, but I'm not going to. It's all right. Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The whole 8 episodes so far.
The whole story arc.
Yep.
I totally 100% support the need to go back.
Yep.
Break it down raw.
Yep.
I've said this many times on Facebook.
Yes.
It had to become raw to become something of more substance, and I'm totally in support of all of that.
Yes, same.
I think in order for us to move forward into seasons in the future, they had to create storylines, because let's face it, guys, Beauty and the Beast is not a porn show, so having constantly Kristen Creek and Jacob and a naked Vincent Ryan. Oh,
Vincent Ryan.
You know what I mean. A naked Vincent and a naked Catherine in bed all the time. Yes, it appeals to romantic of us out there, but it's not a porn show, so
Yes, exactly.
there needs to be more substance to that, because I really don't see it going past the end of season 1.
Mm.
So in order for us to have seasons in the future,
Yes.
yes, they needed to bring it back. They needed to create possible storylines in the future,
Mm.
possible spin-offs that, okay, maybe Beauty and the Beast finishes, but Tori's character might find life somewhere.
Mm.
You know, there's possibilities
Mm.
there,
Yep.
and they have to allow that. So I'm not necessarily saying I agree with everything that's happened in the story arc, but I understand it.
Yes, yes.
I understand why they've done it.
Same. Although some of those, what I see as inconsistencies in Catherine this season, maybe that is the roller coaster that's done it to her. Maybe that is reality and what it would do to you. But
Well,
I've still been a little bit disappointed that she's been a bit
written
hot and
as-
cold with Vincent, understanding him and accepting him, as she keeps saying, completely.
Yeah.
But then not seeming to do that in the next instance.
I know, yeah, the whole series they've said is, who am I?
Mm.
Right? You know what? You can still question who you are whilst you're in a really good relationship.
Yeah, well, of course you can.
You can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the storyline is more towards Vincent's character, is who is he,
Yes.
than the exploring necessarily the Catherine's who am I, because she's just found out about bio dad and everything else like that. Because to me, the consistency of Vincent's character, or the character of Vincent, has been there right throughout the whole story arc of the first 8 episodes.
Yeah, I agree.
But like you say with Catherine, she's been hot and cold and sunny and sadness and tears and joy, and you know, it's like, I mean, I know she's a woman, but man, we're not all that crazy, are we? Seriously? Or maybe we are. After some of the tweets we've read, maybe we are.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know,
this is true.
yeah, I think the consistency of Vincent far outweighs anybody else in the show.
Yes, I do agree. I mean, he is Vincent, but he's actually, you know what he is at the moment? He's like a Vulcan. His emotions are switched off. To a degree.
Yeah.
To a degree. It's just like, or what do they talk about in some of these other shows? Just, you know, their emotional chip has been turned off, or whatever you want to call it. And he's just a bit
Fried.
more... Fried, yeah, it is fried. But...
Yeah, but I don't know about that even. I think at the beginning when he was that steeled mission, you know, man on a mission soldier, going there to complete missions and everything like that, yeah, totally emotionless, didn't know what emotion was, because he hadn't been in contact with anyone that evoked emotion in him.
Yes, yeah, that's true.
And then he comes back and you can see the emotions start to come back into him, into his character, which is true to who Vincent was. Vincent was a man of moral and integrity and very few words. And yes, they would talk about their feelings and the emotion, but he was still very closed off and shut down. In the first 8 episodes of season 1, Vincent was pushing Catherine away. He was trying to get her to, you know, lead her life and to leave him alone because of who he was and the fact that he thought his isolation wasn't fair and wasn't worthy of her. And now into season 2, he's shut off from her again, and she's got to learn to love who he is now.
Exactly.
Not who he was
right.
back then, because he's not that person anymore. And as you pointed out, I'm talking an awful lot, sorry.
That's all right. We're happy about that.
As you pointed out in the article, that Vincent has got as much of his memory back as we're going to be seeing, and they're not going down the memory recollection thing. If that is true to the article, well then Vincent's not the same person that he was.
Exactly.
So how can Catherine love Vincent if she doesn't know who he is?
Yeah. Yep, I agree. I totally
That's
agree.
very deep, isn't it?
It is. So we've seen the previews for
Yeah.
episode 9, which is back on, wait for it, Monday, January the 13th. That's a long break.
I think.
Yeah, it is.
A birthday. Happy birthday to you, Allergy, because that will be around your birthday.
That's a long break.
My Frenchie.
Yes, our French Beastie, definitely. And we've seen the previews. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to know who that person is standing in the background when Vincent falls to his knee.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to be like other pieces and assume it's another love interest. God.
I know.
Anyway.
It is frustrating. Because guess what? In real life, people do get their heads turned by other people.
Yeah, but
It
did
does
you know
happen.
that? Do you know something else that's
What?
really funny in real life? I meet men, boys, all the time, but funnily enough, I'm not attracted to them all. Actually, to any of them. But anyway. But you know what I mean? Like, you know, just because I meet a new man doesn't mean I'm going to fall in love with him. You know, just because Jay Ryan has another girl in a scene doesn't mean it's another love interest, people, please.
Vincent.
You know what I mean?
Vincent, yes, I do. I do.
Yeah, so can we stop with the whole, you know, every time there's a girl in a scene with Vincent that it's another love interest, please. You know, it's almost as old as the storyline in season 1.
Yes, that's true. I think we really have to sort of... I know that's difficult because Beasties are living on the memories of Vincat in the second half of season 1 in particular, and we have to let that go.
Absolutely, we have to let it go.
We have to let that go.
We need to walk into the future, open the door, and look at what's ahead of you guys.
Yes, exactly.
Then close it behind you so you can't see behind you anymore.
Yep. And just imagine that season 1 never happened and we have a couple who are meeting and falling in love again for the first time, and that's exactly what's going to happen. And we know it will.
It is Beauty and the Beast. You know, it is undying, epic, romantic love.
Somebody said on social media the fact that he didn't go and check her in the car, but was so intent on killing Reynolds that...
Because he was the Beast at that time.
Because he was the Beast.
Not Vincent.
He wasn't Vincent, he was the Beast. But as the Beast, there would have been a part of him that even subconsciously sensed that she was okay.
Did you hear the heartbeat? I'm positive I heard the heartbeat somewhere.
I thought I heard the heartbeat somewhere too.
Yeah.
I heard the heartbeat a lot in this episode, and I wasn't quite sure
whether
it was the different heartbeats of everybody that Vincent was in the scene with.
Yeah.
But I thought during that crash scene, and whether it was Daddy Dearest's heartbeat or whether in the background it was Catherine's heartbeat, and he was just being aware of it and knew that she was fine, because he would know whether she was fine or not straight away. But he was in full beast mode.
Well, I've got to say the reason why he didn't go to Catherine in that scene is because he wasn't supposed to.
Well, it wasn't written that way. Yeah. Well, hello.
It was written that he was going for Dad.
At the end of the day, Daddy. Beasties, there's no point getting upset with Vincent or with Catherine or with Kristen or with Jay, because they are actors playing in a television series that we love to death.
Yeah.
But they're playing their roles brilliantly well, but they're roles that have been created on paper out of the imagination of other people. They're playing them really well, and they're doing what they're written to do.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the writers are going to go with plots that are going to be dramatic, that are going to be suspenseful.
They're going to shock you.
They're going to shock, or...
They're going to make you cringe. They're going to make you want to throw basketballs at televisions. They're going to make you want to scream and shout and cry and be happy.
How well is it working?
Guys, if that's not good writing, I'd like to know what is a good writer. If they to evoke these sort of emotions from millions of people out there, I think they're doing a really, really good job.
Good job. And when you consider some of the reactions of some of the Beasties...
Even us.
Yeah.
You know, even us was reacting to the way we were last... Or the way I was so angry last week. Did you get that?
I think we picked up on that, Janeen. I think we picked up on that.
Every time I think about it, I see go code yellow. Swear to God. Anyway, yeah, I think... but when I think back and look at the logic behind the show, or the logic... When I sit back and the logicness of my mind kicks in, I can totally think, wow, they're doing a damn brilliant job, the writers. The everything about the show is brilliant, because it is evoking such strong, powerful emotions from everyone.
Yeah, it is. And look, you know, I get really crazy mad at the hate.
Yeah, me too.
But the hate is still a really intense emotional response. I just don't want Beasties falling off the BATB bandwagon because of it.
Yeah.
That's the disappointment to me. I get that you're going to hate aspects of it, and that's a great emotional response, but don't lose sight of the fact that it's a television show. It's meant to do that. And look, I have no doubt, mark my words, episode 15.
My biggest thing, guys, is don't make it personal. Don't make it personal to the writers, to the characters, to the people playing the characters. Don't make it personal to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, just... It's not personal. I swear to you, the writers have nothing against you as people.
They're
not trying to upset you.
Beasties that have been affronted that, you know, it's...
What a personal
oh my
apology.
God, they're out to get us. No, they're not. The writers aren't out to get us. The writers are doing a fantastic job. And writers, please, more JT&T. Pretty please.
Writers, more Naked Vincent.
Yeah, look, if we have a wish list going forward...
And I want to see, prior to the 23rd date, with Jess with Tess and JT.
Yes, like that. Like that idea a lot. So that would be our wish list.
But then I did say it wasn't porn, and here I am asking for naked Vincent. Oh, well, you know, contradictory, I'm a girl.
Yeah, well, this is true. But yeah, going forward, that would be the wish list.
Yeah.
More JT and T, more scantily clad Vincent.
Yeah, I don't want him naked.
Yeah,
Although
scantily
I wouldn't mind
clad
seeing
is
his
good.
legs.
And
Happy trails.
obviously we know we're eventually stop the happy trails. Eventually we're going to get to the hot, sexy Vincat that we saw last season. We know we'll get it. We just have to be patient, Beasties. Imagine how good that reunion is going to be.
I can taste it. Yummy, yummy, yum, yum.
I am just so not going near that statement.
What's so good you can taste it? That's a saying.
Okay. All right.
Maybe it's just where I grew up.
Yeah, exactly. Look, Beasties, we have talked sort of in all directions.
And all over the place.
And I guess that's what I think this season arc has done that to us too. We've been quite conflicted.
Emotions
as
are up
well.
and down and sideways and you know, going round in circles and numb. I'm just like, I think part of the reason why I'm not so succinct this week is because I'm just like,
Yeah. And look, the other thing is too, and it does have bearing on this as Vincat fanfic writers. We've
hard
been
to write about something that ain't there.
Yeah, we've been so invested in them emotionally and with some of our stories, and I'm not getting that yet this season. But then I didn't get it till episode. Heck, I mean, one of my first ones was about, I think, the different between anniversary and the next one. So it was very late in the season before it came anyway, and I suspect it's going to be late in the season again.
Well, I've got to say, I do have a dream state in my head because my stories have always been about the possibilities of a dream.
Yes.
So I've got a couple in there, but it's still really hard without repeating yourself to have something fresh to feed from.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not as easy to sit down and write a 6-page short story about love and romance as you may think, because I need more inspiration, and going back and watching season 1 is only going to bring back the same inspiration again.
Yes,
so the story's going to sound the same. So I do have an idea for one, but it's just not coming out yet. So hang tight, we'll be back.
Mind you, Austin, Nina, could you have a bit more of a chat with the writers and the producers, and while we're waiting for Vincat, I just think JT and T would be the most awesome plot line to really flesh out and develop and have going forward, because I love the humour, I love the snarkiness, I love those two together. What can I say?
Can I say, I've just noticed the whole way through this that you're leaning back and I'm sitting forward, and I feel like I'm dwarfing you. You're being dwarfed by me.
That's all right. I'm sitting back relaxing,
And
having
I'm
a glass
forward.
of champagne. And we have been going for how long?
All 37 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Time to go, guys.
Yes, it is. Look,
cheers.
Thank you for watching us every week and listening to us.
Yeah.
We've loved the responses we've been getting. We're really enjoying doing these.
Thanks for the love. Cheers for the hate that we don't hear about.
I don't think there's been much of that.
You know, someone's bound to hate us.
Austin, we love you.
Thank you for your support.
Yes, thank you for your support very, very much. It's been absolutely fantastic. And we can't wait. January 13th can't get here fast enough. Don't Die on Me is when we'll be back reviewing that episode in that second week of January next year.
Who'd have thought I'd want Christmas to come and go so quickly?
Yeah, I know, all because of a television show.
Damn you, Beauty and the Beast.
And I've read a few tweets lately. I promise you, I was normal once.
I was never normal.
So we've enjoyed the ride. I suspect the ride is going to be a lot more... What was the term, Catherine used? Yes, there's going to be a lot more loop-de-loops before we get our Vincat back together again, and that's okay. Just go with it.
Just hang in there.
Enjoy what the actors are bringing
Vote.
to the show.
Vote.
Vote. Continue to vote, because, Lord, if we could win
Can't see my face.
Best Sci-Fi TV Show and Best Sci-Fi Actress, how good would that be?
It would be awesome. Cheers.
So we're going to say cheers to the best show on television, still to the best actors, writers, producers. We love it. We'll see you next year. Happy Christmas.
Peace out.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, all that shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
remember that.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year.
Happy New Year. Bye.
Bye.